दिल समझ जरा फिर मोहब्बत करने चला है तू दिल यही रुक जा जरा फिर मोहब्बत करने चला है तू दिल. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin. Here we go. Here we go, dropping left, right, and center in the midst of the game that took place against Real Madrid. There's been a lot of here we goes. We've had a here we go for Gallagher. We've had a here we go for Julian Alvarez. Not for us, but for Man City. But it was part of the whole domino effect, as Fabrizio Romano said. He's playing dominoes. And now we get the here we go for Samuel Omorodion. I think we all guessed it. All the people that were so invested in the news, that were so, in tune with what was happening with Atletico Madrid, knew exactly what was going to go down. With Gallagher going to Atletico Madrid, it paved the way for us to get someone like Samuel Omorodion, who is the missing link. Ladies and gentlemen, Samuel Omorodion, our hierarchies, our board are looking into all of our preseason matches, and they came to the conclusion that Samu is the guy that is going to rectify everything, as Chris Jericho, everything. And, Manchester City, first match in the Premier League season that's coming up, the first match week. They're trembling. Manchester City, they're absolutely trembling. As Cucurella said, they are trembling. Samuel Omorodion, ladies and gentlemen, let's get in on the act. Let's see what's the latest. Do you know what? Look, we're going to park this for a while because we're going to come back to this. There's a lot that we need to talk about it. Fabrizio Romano has given a here we go. That's all we need to know for the time being. Meanwhile, let's go to some post-match conversation, some post-match comments from Enzo Maresca, who, ladies and gentlemen, has kind of blamed Pochettino. He really has. He's blaming the current defensive blunders and current defensive flaws partly on Pochettino and partly on the players as well. So I found that quite interesting. Let's look at the comments. Let's have a look at the quotes, and then we're going to give you guys my opinion on it. And likewise, like all the other time, I want to see what you guys have to say in the comment section. Maresca, defensively, we had some problems. We need to adjust. Offensively, once again, we create 67 chances. The problem for me is defensively, we need to improve not just the defensive line, but all the team. Firstly, I have to say, I love the fact that Maresca has come out publicly and stated this. He knows what the issue is, and I love it. I love a manager that don't come post-match and talk a lot of fluff and say, yeah, the lads gave a good effort. Whoop-de-doo. No, I love how he's coming out and is actually communicating the things that are wrong, that we see are wrong. He's seeing it as wrong as well. It's all about now rectifying it. So it's good that he's coming out in media and consistently saying what the issues are. He further goes on to say, we are trying to drop the defensive line a little bit, usually about 4 to 5 meters, just to have some advantage. Last year, we already conceded many goals with this problem. Hopefully, we can solve it very soon. So it looks like he doesn't want what the team is doing. So what the team is doing in the field is not really instructed by him to have such a high line. He wants the line to be at least another 4 or 5 meters back, and that makes sense, and that makes a big change to drop it by 4 to 5 meters. Then opposition teams will not find those gaps over the top and will not find those gaps through the middle in between the lines. So it does allow us to prepare a little bit better. So fully understand it. It's now somewhat concerning that the team is not fully being able to execute what he wants. Now, the question is, why aren't they able to execute what he wants? And it seems like this could be the issue. Maresca says he's trying to get Pochettino out of his Chelsea players. So he's indirectly saying, Mr. Pochettino, implemented this. They've been fully, customed, and they've been fully, been prepared, been customized basically to do this. And we saw last season under Pochettino, this is what was happening, the high line. That's why there was a lot of basketball type of games. But that's what Pochettino wanted. He wanted chaos. So Maresca goes on to say, we're not working on defensive lines so high. It's a habit from last year. So Mr. Maresca is like, look, don't be coming around blaming me. This is not what I want. This seems to be a habit. When they go onto the field, it naturally kicks in for them to be higher. So I kind of understand what he's saying to an extent. But at the same time, I have to say, Mr. Maresca, you need to get a hold of this team and get them to start playing your way. And I get it. It's early days. We have to be patient. No problems. I understand it. But defensively, it's paramount. You get this right. Because if we keep leaking goals and it takes us a while to really sort this habit out and change the habit, and habit is very difficult to change, right? Then we're in trouble. We can't go into the Premier League season and leak goals for the month of August, September, October, and then maybe starting from November we can kick into gears and the habit might be gone. No, the habit needs to go ASAP, or else we're going to get mauled in the Premier League. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about Maresca. Somewhat blaming, not somewhat, he really is blaming Pochettino and the habit that he's created on the current squad. It needs to change. I just found the whole thing very, very interesting. But kudos to Maresca to at least come out and be bold about it and openly talk about the flaws of the team. So, yeah, let me know, as I said, in the comment section what you thought about that. Now, Samuel Omorodion to Chelsea. Here we go. Deal in place for 35 million as fixed fee from Atletico Madrid. 35 million. That's probably the right price. I don't know why these guys... I'm pretty certain not that long ago, they declined a 40 million bid. Now they are agreed a 35 million offer. I think obviously it's got to do with Conor Gallagher as well. You know, the fact that we were able to give them Conor Gallagher, we got a bit of discount. I mean, it shouldn't be a discount. 35 million is probably still a bit too high for Omorodion. I think someone like him who's so unproven at the highest level. Look, I don't know too much about him. I'm not going to pretend I know a lot about him. From the bits and pieces that I saw on social media, people are not very hyped up about him. Yeah, he's got height. Yeah, he's got the physicality and that robust pace. But that's pretty much it. You know, his touch, his shots, they're not that great. So, of course, he can improve. He's only a youngster. I believe he's 20. He shouldn't be, in my personal opinion, should be somewhere around 25 million max. But in this day and age, the market, how mad it is, he's going for 35 million, which is, I suppose, you know, within Chelsea's transfer policy realm. And this is why this has happened. And of course, his wages are probably going to be quite low. And as I said, he's young. 7-year contract for Omorodion at Chelsea, already agreed as he's set for his medical test. Bayer Leverkusen and more clubs tried to enter race for Omorodion, who joins Chelsea. So a lot of people are saying, Miz, what are you talking about, man? Bayer Leverkusen, Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso, not Xavi Alonso. Xabi Alonso was going for Omorodion. There must be something in this, brother. Yeah, well, my reply to that was Xabi Alonso going for Marc Guy? Was he also going for Omari Kellyman? Was he going for all the other XYZ players, Renato Viga? Like, don't be bringing those nonsense comments that, oh, you know, this manager was going for him, there must be something. Look, let's wait and see. That's all I'm going to say, because no one knows anything about this particular brother. Don't even pretend that you know. All we can say is we hope and pray that it works out for us, and then we can make a proper judgment. No one has seen enough of this guy to actually say anything right now. And this is why I'm just backing off. My initial stance is this what we needed in our football club? No, because we've got a lot of potentials. What we needed at our football club was a bona fide striker that's actually going to make a difference. We didn't need more potentials because we've got a lot of potentials. Lots of potentials. One thing we have in abundance is potentials. Trust me, more than you can believe. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up, Conor Gallagher to Atletico Madrid. So here we go. We got that before the game yesterday against Real Madrid. Wish him all the best. Honestly, I think Atletico Madrid is going to look really good. You know, they've got Conor Gallagher. They've got a couple other really good signings. I believe that defender from Spain, Spanish defender Lenormand, I think his name is. He's over there too. They've got Griezmann. And yeah, look, Rodrigo de Paul in the midfield. Overall, it's looking it's looking very good for Atletico Madrid. And don't forget, here we go for Julian Alvarez as well. They ended up getting Julian Alvarez. So yeah, one team to look out for in the Champions League next season. And big up to Conor Gallagher for making that move and not being afraid of a new challenge and being worried that what's going to happen if he leaves London. You know, some of these English players, they don't want to leave their home ground, and I'm glad they're making that venture out there. It's a team that's going to fit him perfectly. So kudos to Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher will cost Atletico Madrid a fee worth 45 million euros. Formal steps on Thursday after 10 days. Exclusive story on Talks last week. So, yeah, 45 million euros, no problems. I think it comes out to be close to around 35 million pounds. So what we paid for Omorodion has been offset by Conor Gallagher's sale as well. So obviously they're going to be two separate transactions in the book. Pure profit comes in, and then Omorodion fee is going to go out. So look, let's see down the track if we've created a relationship with Atletico Madrid. Maybe we can do more transfers like this. We have another brother, which we're going to touch on later on, Alfie Gilchrist, who's gone out on loan to Sheffield. You know, Alfie Gilchrist could be another player down the track, very much suited for Atletico Madrid. They love that type of mongrels, do you know what I mean? You know, like passion, desire, all about just gun-ho. They love that. Maybe who knows? Mr. Alfie Gilchrist could end up at Atletico Madrid. You heard it first here. Just remember that. Next up, Chelsea are in a game of poker with Napoli. Game of poker. Well, stop playing poker and maybe just start doing some transfers. Chelsea won Lukaku's full 37 million release clause paid. This is good stance from Chelsea. But Napoli haven't followed up with a bid and may wait to see if Chelsea's stance softens. Look, there's no reason for our stance to soften. I feel we are in a prime position with Lukaku. We know Lukaku wants Napoli, and we know Antonio Conte badly wants Lukaku. So we have a commodity that is very, very powerful in this particular transfer saga. So we don't need to move one bit, in my personal opinion. Chelsea will take Osimhen on loan despite being expected to sign Omorodion if a deal could be struck. So look, I understand it. You know, we've got ourselves Omorodion. That makes us three strikers now. Jackson, Omorodion, and Margui. Margui potentially could go out on loan. Jackson could also play out wide in the wings, which would mean, you know, what happens to our current wingers? One probably will have to go. And yeah, look, I'm all down for Osimhen to come to Chelsea Football Club because that is that bona fide striker that I'm looking for. And if it's on a loan, even better. I fully understand why Chelsea's trying to do this because we're stacked. We need players to to leave Chelsea Football Club. So I fully understand why we're looking for a loan option for Osimhen and then assess him for the entire season, see how he goes. And then if there's an opportunity to buy him, buy him. That's a perfect case scenario for Chelsea. However, this isn't the perfect case scenario for Osimhen. Osimhen don't want no loan. He doesn't want his career to be in a limbo. He wants Chelsea to commit and buy him straight up. And if it is a loan, there needs to be an obligation, which ultimately means you've been bought by Chelsea Football Club. So Osimhen don't want that. And Osimhen definitely has categorically said, his agent has come out and said, he ain't going to take no pay cut. He's already on a higher pay than the 150k wage cap that we have at Chelsea Football Club. He's already on a higher pay than that. He wants to come to Chelsea for more pay. He ain't no coming for 150k for a deduction in his wage. There's no way he's accepting that. So look, for me, Osimhen to Chelsea still seems far-fetched, but you never know because we have that Lukaku card dangling in front of Napoli. You just never know if something fancy can happen closer to the end of the transfer window. Now, next up, ladies and gentlemen, Crystal Palace eye up Trevor Chalobah as a potential replacement for Margui. Sorry, not Margui. Margui's our player. Mark Guéhi, the Crystal Palace defender who is out of favour with Oliver Glasner. Mark Guéhi had a very, very Mark Guéhi has had a very good Euros for England, so he's hot in the market at the moment, and I believe he's looking to go to Newcastle with a big offer coming up for Crystal Palace. And Trevor Chalobah, look, Chelsea value him at 25 million. That's cheap, man. 25 million, that is cheap when you consider, the kind of money that we paid for defenders like Chalobah and Desasi, I believe in excess of 30 million. I think Desasi might even be close to 40 million. The fact that Chalobah is only 25 million, that's a shame. That really is a shame, because Chalobah, in my opinion, is a far better defender. And Chalobah is quite capable of playing for a top team in the Premier League. He may not be a starter, but he definitely is a squad player in a top team. There is a lot of good in Trevor Chalobah. It's sad that we don't see any future with him. So, look, Crystal Palace will be a sensational move for him, in my opinion. It really will. Oliver Glasner, they play very good football. So, hopefully this happens for Trevor Chalobah and we get that pure profit, 25 million in the bag, baby. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea defender Alfie Gilchrist has joined Sheffield United on a season-long loan. This is coming from Chelsea official page. He's never going to play for Chelsea. That's how I feel. As long as Maresca is here, this player, I don't know. I don't think he's quite accustomed to possession-based football at the moment. And Sheffield United definitely doesn't play that type of football. He's going to be... And the fact that Chelsea has sent him to Sheffield United kind of indicates that even Chelsea don't see him down the track being part of the Chelsea future, the way we want to play. That's why they've sent him to Sheffield United and not to a team that is more suited to the way that we play right now. So look, as I said, I won't be surprised down the track if he gets sold to a team for pure profit. Look out for Atletico Madrid. Who knows? Who knows? Perhaps it might be Atletico Madrid. All right, let's see if there's any other latest news that has dropped in since we started recording. News drops quick, man. News drops quick. But no more news at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. That is the latest. Let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about. And smash up the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, everyone. Take care. See ya. Bye.